Tonight, it's Madden NFL football. It's Super Bowl Sunday. It's the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Green Bay Packers.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go to wrap up a great Sunday of football. This taken in right around the goal line. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And led out by their veteran quarterback. He's been around a while. They don't celebrate birthdays for him. They just cut him up, see how many rings he's got around the middle. He has been in the league a long time.
And no doubt he's living out a dream right now. He's had dating back to his first days of playing football as a kid. But he certainly can't get lost in the moment right now. There's still a Super Bowl to be played. And his offense, they're looking to him to be their leader. He can take it all in when it's over. Right now, you got the biggest game of your life to win.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big pickup of 38.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now they try the right side here. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Looking to throw is Williams. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
To throw, it's Williams. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Ravens are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
Brandon, this is the Super Bowl. A touchdown scored in any game is big. In this one, it's massive.
Now for the point after. And the Ravens lead at 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And a glance here at the veteran who will be leading them. Now in his 8th year in the NFL.
As we begin the Super Bowl, we're looking at one of the game's most important players. And whether he's the centerpiece of the offense or taking a backseat to his teammates, offenses always look to the quarterback to be a leader in moments like this. He's got to be that calm, composed pillar out there who stays level-headed and keeps everyone focused on the task at hand.
Throwing to start the drive. Larkin. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Craig. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Operating from the gun. Larkin. He's going to have the hook up to Scott. His first catch of this Super Bowl, and it'll be good for a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They need 12 here. It's 3rd down.
Operating from the gun. Larkin throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice, sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers. But in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
To throw on second down, Larkin. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 3 catches for him now in this first quarter of the Super Bowl.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Looking to throw. Larkin. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Larkin.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's pretty early in the game, but they've already tried to establish him not just as a runner, but as a receiver as well. Didn't happen there, but I wouldn't be surprised at all to see them try again shortly.
Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. And his kick is indeed good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
This is our time. Our time.
Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Now a 2nd and 6. Here's Williams.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And we are back and ready to go for the 2nd quarter of the Super Bowl. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, as always, thrilled to be with you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The throw over the middle taken in. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 33. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
To the air, Williams.
Flushed out right. And that is incomplete here.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Throwing on second down is Williams. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 33.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
And that's caught inside the 35. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 40 yards. But one thing's for sure, they're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Larkin.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
To the air on 3rd down is Williams.
Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
2nd and 6. On 2nd down, here's Williams.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 59 yards.
And the Ravens add 6 to their lead.
Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. But that was well executed.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 8. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
What you doing, dog? Come on. What are you doing?
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Incomplete into the hands of Fowler.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. Back to throw. Larkin got an open man. It's Scott. Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They'll look to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
No doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Operating from the gun, Larkin. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, this offense has already been forced to settle for field goals on their drives earlier, so this is not a welcome sign here.
Indeed, it is not, and they certainly hope it's not a sign for the entire game, because they know they've got to be able to sustain drives all the way through. Pick up those guys rushing the quarterback and give himself a chance.
Looking to throw on second down. Larkin.
They'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Larkin, throw left side, complete. That's Scott. And he had to get this down to the 15. He won't make it. He's a yard or two short. Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. His kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime in the big one, the Super Bowl. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't, but of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down. Throwing again. Larkin.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
No question that they're going to continue to look his way. 6 catches in the first half and now 7 on the game.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
On first down, Larkin.
Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first and 10, Larkin.
Open man here is Scott, complete.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 5. Back to throw again.
And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Packers! A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Packers have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl.
And that touchdown ends a streak, for lack of a better word, of 3 field goals that they put on the board previously. They finally cracked the code.
Yeah, they've been down there. They've been in enemy territory, as you said. They just haven't been able to punch it in until that point.
Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. The try for 2 is successful, and it pushes the lead up to a field goal.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there.
And time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now. On play action, here's Williams. That's complete to Dell. Brought down, but after we saw a flashy little move, stopped short of the 40. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Play action. Now Williams.
He'll buy some time right. He finds his man complete. That's 4th. And so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Ravens have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point attempt to follow here. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. On some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A gain of 3, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized.
2nd and 7.
Now this is Battle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
An entire season coming down to this next quarter. 3 in the books here in the Super Bowl.
We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down. Larkin. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's second down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
They are pushed back 5 yards by the delay of game, 2nd and 8. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
He's got room at the 30.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 23. 23 yards the pickup there.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself.
That one out wide and intercepted. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His second catch in the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
From the gun, here's Williams.
Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Getting this into the hands of Eric Dickerson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
To throw, Williams.
He finds his man, complete. It's Ford. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. And his throw is incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
Throwing is Williams.
Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Going to give it to Battle. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Battle.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On first down, Larkin. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw. Incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he's going to have a Packers first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
He finds his man, complete. It's Craig. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Ravens have got it. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down a defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
So the Packers down by 11, a little under 50 seconds to go. They've come so far this year, but they need 2 quick scores late in this Super Bowl. On 1st and 10, Larkin. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Looking left side, he's got it complete.
And he's going to be taken down here. That's short of a first down as he gets about 10.
And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it, and they say there's no better feeling in sports.
I don't know how there can be. The journey to get to this game is incredible. And then to finally break through and win it when all eyes are on this game alone because there's nothing else going on, that's just got to be absolutely amazing. The task, incredible. The accomplishment, forever.
And they are the Super Bowl champs. The Lombardi trophy is theirs, and so are bragging rights for an entire season. And what a season it has been. Feels like we have been there every step of the way. Our entire crew doing a wonderful job. Thanks to my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. For all those guys, I'm Brandon Gaudin signing off. We'll talk to you next season right here on EA Sports.